In a single savage post, 50 Cent took aim at Jay-Z, dismantling the mogul's carefully crafted public image with a sharp, mocking comment that threatened to expose a hidden truth. While Jay-Z, born Sean Carter, attended the premiere of...
You're going into the Jay-Z thing.
Yeah.
And so recently we just saw, which I can't... We look at the accusations, and we're going to get to Diddy as well, but you look at the accusations, and there's an accusation about Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, the statement is something you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, you're going to find out, like how I'll handle this. And that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like the publicist wouldn't say those things.
Right.
Tonight, we pull back the curtain on a scandal that has rocked the music industry. While Jay-Z, born Sean Carter, graced the red carpet at Disney's premiere of Mustafa, alongside his wife Beyoncé, his daughter Blue Ivy, and even his 79-year-old mother-in-law Tina Knowles, a storm was quietly brewing behind the scenes.
Seemingly unfazed, staying focused, a smile plastered across his face, even flashing the peace sign. The billionaire music mogul under fire with his family at the LA premiere of Disney's Mufasa, The Lion King, putting on a united front. The glitzy Hollywood night out for Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and 12-year-old daughter Blue Ivy came just 24 hours after the lawsuit, packed with damning allegations, was released. Jay has denied the accusations. He's countersuing, calling the story heinous.
Everybody in the middle, right here!
The bombshell news could not have come at a worse time for the Carter family.
We're here today recording The Lion King.
Beyoncé and 12-year-old Blue Ivy both star in the new Lion King prequel in theaters December 20th. Despite the troubling news, Beyoncé and Blue Ivy arrived in matching gold. Mom in a strapless Balmain gown dripping in mirrored embellishments, and Jay-Z proudly watching his oldest child own the carpet in a strapless Christian Siriano for her movie debut.
I'm more interested in the response of Hollywood that went all in on Me Too, all in on Believe All Women, and yet, at least from those pictures, Jay-Z is still very much welcome as a celebrated member of the celebrity class.
Yeah, Leland. Well, we saw, the whole family come out last night. They really put on a united front. Beyonce stood by him. They went to support their 12-year-old daughter. Even Beyonce's mom was there, Tina Knowles. But what you have to understand is obviously, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. But in the court of public opinion, if you look online and you look at Twitter, and especially his response to his response and his emphatic denial and his statement, no one's really kind of on his side here. And, no matter what the appearances may show, if you look at the court of public opinion, they have their own opinion.
Mustafa, alongside his wife Beyoncé, daughter Blue Ivy, and mother-in-law Tina Knowles, a storm was brewing behind the scenes, one that could change everything for the hip-hop titan. A shocking rape allegation from an MTV afterparty in 2000 has thrust Jay-Z into a legal battle. The accusation, which he dismisses as blackmail and extortion, is part of a larger controversy that includes the ongoing trial of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Do you want to switch gears and talk about this breaking news just happening tonight that involves both Jay-Z and Diddy now? This is an amended complaint accusing Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 along with Sean Diddy Combs. This is a new civil filing, and we see the anonymous accuser here alleging the assault occurred after she was driven to an MTV Music Video Awards after party. This lawsuit was originally filed in October, just today refiled to include Jay-Z. I mean, let's start with the basics here. What are you learning about this? What is standing out to you?
Well, what is standing out to me is she was very specific about several things. She describes the house, she describes the driveway, she describes the exact assault, what happened. She talks about various stages of things that occurred. And I think that this is good because this way it can either be corroborated or not corroborated. So she's painted herself in a corner.
Why add Jay-Z now if this originally was filed back in October? Why not do it then?
Very interesting question. I think, we're seeing the same attorney for many of these complainants. And I think we're going to see more and more people added. I think there's a lot that they were looking to prove, and maybe they didn't quite have what they thought they needed to file against Jay-Z initially.
The disturbing civil case that was filed against Sean Combs back in October was just amended today. A small change with big implications, naming Jay-Z as the person initially identified in the suit as Celebrity A and accusing both men of raping a 13-year-old girl together back in 2000. The suit says they took turns assaulting the minor after the Video Music Awards show that year, and that another celebrity who still hasn't been named watched this happen. But someone who will not be named at all in this case is the accuser, who again was only 13 at the time. ABC News contributor and former prosecutor Richard Frankel tells us other lawsuits have not survived because the accusers have asked not to have their names be in the case at all. But this is different.
The judge has actually agreed that the victim can remain anonymous and that the case can proceed. So there seems to be a little bit more to this case. And again, as we go forward, there are more allegations, more facts coming out about this case. Of course, the defendants are denying it and strenuously denying it. But that's what a trial is for.
Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, in a statement tonight blasts the attorney who is representing the woman, accusing him of extortion and saying in part, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away."
Diddy, once a powerful figure whose empire shielded him from scrutiny, now faces charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and exploitation. These revelations could irreparably damage his career, and they are fueling the fire of scandal in hip-hop. Amidst this chaos, 50 Cent, never one to shy away from stirring controversy, has been vocal about Diddy's legal.
We are rapidly approaching Combs' trial on federal charges of sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. May 5th, 2025, out in the Southern District of New York. Before you know it, it is going to be here. And the government essentially alleges that Combs, for years, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, including participating in elaborate sexual performances, sometimes with commercial sex workers, and also to protect his reputation and conceal his identity. And that he would use the resources and employees of his business empire to create a criminal enterprise that engaged in all sorts of illicit activity. The government writes in response to the defendant's letter asking the court to rule on its motion for a bill of particulars, originally filed on October 15th, 2024. The government continues to oppose the motion, which was originally styled as a request for a bill of particulars identifying victims and has now been apparently broadened to encompass not only victim names, but also the names of a large number of potential government witnesses. The defendant provides no persuasive basis for his request, which in any event will be fully satisfied when the government provides the information on the schedule already set by the court, and the request should accordingly be denied. They go on to write, for the reasons set forth in detail in the government's October 30th, 2024 opposition to the motion, premature identification of victims and witnesses carries significant risks in a case like this one, which involves numerous allegations of violence, coercion, obstruction of justice, and
issues. His sharp commentary has made waves in outlets like TMZ and the New York Post. In a now deleted Instagram post, 50 Cent posted a photo from the Mustafa premiere with the caption, "Jay said they said I raped a kid. Everybody get dressed. We going to see Mustafa lol." This brief, cutting remark wasn't just a casual jab. It was a calculated strike aimed at Jay-Z.
50 Cent explains his choice to mock Jay-Z amid assault allegations against the rapper and Sean Diddy Combs. The 49-year-old is explaining why he chose to take to X, formerly Twitter, to troll Jay-Z amid rape allegations that were filed in a December 8th lawsuit. After news of the claims broke, 50 Cent posted on the platform questioning the status of the Super Bowl halftime show, which Jay-Z's Rock Nation curates with the NFL. Then in an interview on December 9th, the rapper explains what was behind his joke.
For a friend. Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back. The NFL, they won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right.
The rapper didn't stop there, though. On December 9th, after Jay-Z attended the Mufasa premiere with his wife Beyonce and their daughter Blue Ivy, 50 posted on Instagram in a since-deleted message poking fun at Jay-Z for attending amid the legal drama.
Everything's like full circle for me. I won my first award here 25 years ago.
Exposing cracks in his polished persona. Why did 50 Cent choose this specific moment, a night Jay-Z was supposed to be celebrating family, to post such a controversial statement? The answer lies in the complex web of business rivalries, personal grudges, and hidden agendas that have shaped the relationship between these two rap icons. Their feud has gone from lyrical clashes to something far more personal, and this latest post ties into a larger narrative, the ongoing fallout from Diddy's trial and the consequences it could have on Jay-Z's image. 50 Cent's mockery suggests that Jay-Z's association with Diddy's empire could be his undoing. Despite Jay-Z's vehement denial of the rape allegation, calling the charges absurd and part of an extortion scheme, the mere presence of such accusations casts a shadow over his legacy. His legal team is fighting to dismiss the lawsuit, but the fact that it's even making headlines speaks volumes about Jay-Z's vulnerabilities in the industry. In the cutthroat world of hip-hop, alliances are often driven by self-preservation rather than loyalty, and 50 Cent has always viewed his relationship with Jay-Z as transactional. His constant jabs suggest that Jay-Z's every move is calculated to maintain power, not guided by integrity or principle. With each barb, 50 Cent reveals cracks in Jay-Z's seemingly impenetrable armor. Adding to the intrigue, 50 Cent tweeted cryptically about the Super Bowl. "I don't know what's going on, but are we going to still have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend." On the surface, it appears as a casual comment, but it's likely a pointed dig at Jay-Z's involvement.
Jay-Z has strongly denied the accusations, telling NBC News in a statement, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people." Sean Diddy Combs is right now behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center after he was denied bail for a third time. Federal prosecutors in New York criminally charged him in September with racketeering, sex trafficking, and other offences. He's denied all the accusations against him. His trial is scheduled to take place in May. NBC News reports that Texas-based attorney Tony Busby, who filed the suit, has not commented. In Jay-Z's statement to NBC News, he accused Busby of blackmail. He says, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny."
But according to a filing from Jay-Z, that's not the case. Benji Madden did not attend the VMAs, did not attend the purported after party, and was not even in New York at the time. Instead, he was halfway across the country in the Midwest on tour with his band Good Charlotte. What's more is that Jane Doe's father apparently didn't pick her up after the attack. This is from the Jay-Z Motion 2 quote. He told NBC he was unaware of his daughter's assault allegation until the week he was interviewed. NBC reported that he had no recollection whatsoever of picking up Plaintiff, his daughter, on the night of the VMAs. And Plaintiff and her father were living in Rochester at the time, which would have required her father to drive more than 5 hours from their home to pick her up on the night in question, an event that no father would forget if it actually happened. When pressed by NBC, plaintiff Jane Doe was forced to admit, "I have made some mistakes. I've made a mistake by identifying. Not all the faces there are as clear," and even that she was guessing about key details, including the time it took to reach the venue. What is more, she admits she does not have a single corroborating witness over the last 24 years. So in that motion, Jay-Z's team called out some inconsistencies in Jane Doe's story, but they also called out a few technical issues that they say mean the case should be completely thrown out. So to start, there's the Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. It's also known as the GMV. Jay-Z says there are issues with that act and Jane Doe's timeline.
In the ruthless world of hip-hop, alliances are as fleeting as they are strategic. Business relationships, like that between 50 Cent and Jay-Z, have always been built on mutual benefit rather than genuine friendship. 50 Cent has never pretended that their bond is personal. Instead, he has consistently treated it as a transactional association. His unfiltered takes, cutting through the glitz and glamour, suggest that Jay-Z's every decision is driven by self-preservation rather than principle.
Jay-Z a little bit. Yeah. Like you've been saying people gonna come for it.
No, I thought he would do funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
To make like there was an issue with me in the NFL that doesn't exist.
So he did the corporate way of trying to keep you down. Oh, it's not me, it's them.
It's them. When M says he's not gonna do it if I'm not there, then
let's go.
Yeah.
What's your and Jay's issue?
It's just competitive stuff.
It's really just competitive.
This is what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you're trying to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
You are on the top rapper list of all time. You're in the top 20. Is this list right? 50?
No, it's not right.
Where should you be?
I don't think that you could really put together a list like this without being biased at some points, because someone's personal appreciation for these artists are making them place them where they place them.
What about top 3? Jay-Z, Kendrick, Nas, top 3. Is that about right or not?
No. They're still good artists, but not of all time, no.
Who should be number 1?
I don't know. I don't know who would be the number 1 artist.
Say hypothetically it was 50 Cent number 1, then who? Would it be Jay after that?
Probably not.
It's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. Let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America can be purchased. You can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world is not enough marketing dollars to go around.
When you've been an artist that's been prioritized by a major label, you've had marketing dollars around your launches. If you watch Jay, he's not launching without the money.
Exactly. He always has like some kind of like sponsors.
You see 444 and just everywhere, little buses and all kind of stuff riding around. And you gotta say to yourself, when is the last time you seen someone do that? You haven't even seen it for Beyonce.
Your pop divas like your Mariah Careys, your Jennifer Lopez or your Janet Jacksons, those different artists would at points have marketing campaigns that reach the excess of $20 million. Major record companies are not going to spend that much money on their project, so they got to figure out how to create campaigns that mirror that, or the audience doesn't understand. Like their audience will feel like, she was so big. Remember how big she was? What they're saying is, she had so much marketing. Remember how big the marketing campaign was?